Welcome back to Lestertainment, the channel with the most deceptive name in all of YouTube. Today's video is sponsored by Crypto.com. So today is all about seeing the most dramatic kicks that you can see in MMA. These are the tornado kicks. These are the kicks that you have tried your entire life after seeing a Jackie Chan or a Jet Li movie. Of course, the best we untrained, unbalanced, with terrible coordination could do is mess up the first part about 5 times and then saying, wait, I got it. Then trying the actual kick part and barely lifting the kick about 2 feet above the ground, or just plainly falling to the ground after getting a little too much spin. These are basically superhuman kicks that live in our imagination of the move we would do in order to win a fight, and while the crowd breaks out in applause, you sign a UFC contract right then and there. Alright, let's just begin. The first one shows why the tornado kick can work sometimes. It takes so long to pay off that the opponent basically thinks it's over after the first spin, as they take it as a pulled back kick. The bad thing for the trailer park of a man about to get lifted off the ground and smashed back down by a tornado is really surprised when he finally uncovers his eyes and looks up again. He never thought that this guy would still be mid-move, jumping up in the air. By the time he realized what's about to happen, the foot is wrecking the right side of his face. Luckily, he fell right down to his ass because the attacker tried to take his head off again with a punch. Now let's take a break to talk about today's sponsor, Crypto.com. Cryptocurrency is taking the sports world by storm, and for good reason. Crypto is the future. Crypto.com is now the flagship sponsor of the UFC, and you can see their presence on every fight kit. It's the fastest growing cryptocurrency app, helping achieve wide adoption of cryptocurrency. Make sure to follow them on Twitter for UFC and crypto updates. If you are looking to get your feet wet with cryptocurrency, Crypto.com is my recommended platform, as it has every product in the book, from buying $1 in Bitcoin to spending Doge on a metal Visa card. Crypto.com allows me to bring you guys more content, and I have a special promo for all of you guys. Download with the referral link in the description for a $25 metal card bonus and 30 days of zero fees on credit and debit buys. There is no better promo if you are considering getting into crypto, so go and use the link in the description and get your crypto journey started today. Of course, Israel Adesanya is a freaking god in his martial arts skills, so there had to be a tornado kick at some point of his career.
Muay going with the spinning hook kick. Adesanya though saw it early.
So this isn't quite the ending of the fight, but the way Nazai Foai knows that something big is coming is terrifying. He wasn't quite sure what it was, so he blocked his body first, then moved up to his head and had the full block going. But that rotation builds up so much power that it just goes right through his guard and takes him down for a knockdown. Adesanya ended up winning the fight after Foai took a beating for 3 rounds and his corner threw in the towel.
Doctors being called in.
You ever see people sparring with headgear and think that you would get in there if you could also wear that because you can probably barely feel the hits? Well, this one will change your mind. That guy was so sure that a kick to the body was coming that he completely dropped his hands and jumped up a little bit, leaving his head just hanging there to get absolutely leveled with a crazy fast tornado kick. This poor guy is so unlucky. He had the double whiplash, going back and to the left, but there was a second shooter in the back and his head whipped forward as he was falling against the bottom rope. Here we have Steve Walker just throwing every kick that he can think of. Until he finally runs out of ideas and just decides to throw up a Hail Mary with a fairly slow, really telegraphed tornado kick. All those kicks before actually allowed for this to work, since Brian Collette was covering up so much that he just couldn't see that Walker was about to take off for the huge kick that was about to leave Collette flopping around like a fish out of water on those ropes. Now we can see a tornado kick that is not taken to the head of the opponent, but still ends up being one of the fastest knockouts in K1 history.
Sein Gegner Tierhammer Brunner passt da nicht auf und da knallt das rechte Bein auf.
Now, you might see this kick and think, come on dude, just get up. But take a look at this. This tornado kick was so vicious that it scraped his skin and left an instant bruise. Also, this was kind of a cheap move to go for the glove touch and immediately start attacking without stepping back first. Regardless, this poor guy wanted to continue, but his body just wasn't responding, and he was extremely frustrated. We have seen the standard tornado kicks with the spins and the jumps with a kick, but this one is on another level, with this guy absolutely going full out to deliver a sweat-clearing shot. This guy made his opponent recreate the Triple H intro with the water spitting. This kick is basically a type of rolling thunder tornado kick from hell. Maybe he had to completely lay out to deliver the shot to the much taller guy. But regardless, this one is the worst one on this list in terms of damage. We just saw a video of fighters getting folded up like lawn chairs, and this one could have been included. But first, let's take a look at the difference in kicking abilities from these two guys. So this guy is really unsure, not really committing. But his opponent is throwing a punishing side kick and then attempting a freaking axe kick up in here. That axe actually caught him a little bit and then came to the perfect tornado kick. He comes from a long distance away, really lunging in there and getting some crazy height, and just finishing the fight right then and there. Even if you throw a mediocre tornado kick and it lands, it has enough power to end the fight. This looks like the laziest one I have ever seen, almost like he just learned it in practice. Then, what's up with throwing the jab from such a far away distance? Maybe that's what caused his victim to not even expect anything big from it, cause he thought he couldn't fight. But his opponent in this case was actually ready with something, cause he delivered a beautiful right overhand. He just happened to drop his left hand way too early, allowing the kick to put him out. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I am going off what the video says, that this is called a reverse tornado kick, and I had never seen this before.
It was a knockdown by Ignacio Misil Caplanch. The opponent stood up.
This guy is Ignacio Caplanch, and he did a little wiggle trickery a la Shakira, catching his opponent and me, to be honest, by complete surprise. It's a beautiful move that, like I said, I had never seen before. Here comes the MVP to close out the show in style.
The London shoot fighter screaming at him, telling him to take it seriously, and there's a spinning kick. That is unbelievable.
With all the crazy moves, techniques, feints, and taunts that Michael Venom Page does, there is no shame to falling at his feet with a crazy tornado kick. This poor guy tried to block with everything he could, using both his hands, his leg, but he never expected the kick to be coming up high. Then having the delayed reaction knockout with Page just looking at somebody in the audience that pissed him off before the fight. And now he's telling him it's his turn. He freaking looks like Michael, just standing there staring. If you happen to enjoy this video, please give it a like, as it really helps with the algorithm. Also, please make sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Thanks again to Crypto.com for sponsoring today's video. Watching all those kung fu movies, you would see tornado kicks all the time, but you never thought that they would work in a real fight against another pro fighter, just because they take a while to set up. But I guess you see them so rarely that sometimes they just work. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.